may begin.
I'm Rachel, this is Levy, and you're probably wondering why we are wearing these clothes. We are wearing these clothes because they're Athenian, and we decided to try and kind of put ourselves in the Athenians' shoes and kind of seeing what they did. So here's some facts that we learned. Okay.
Approximately, the population in Athens was approximately 140,000 people.
What was that on the poster?
And Athens had become the most populous state in Hellas. And in Sparta, approximately 8,000 Spartites, adult male citizens, ruled over a population of 100,000 enslaved and semi-enslaved people.
Okay, so Athenians' government was democratic, and the Spartan government was oligarchic,
and also another reason that we think that Athens was better was because Athens loved and cared for their babies, but in Sparta, the Spartans killed their sick or deformed babies and just killed them.
Athens has a very strong navy, and Sparta also has an army, and yeah. Education. Okay.
Time is up. Thank you, ladies.
Okay.
So whenever you guys are ready, you may begin.
So first of all, let me just point out how great the judges are all looking today. Also, yeah.
Hey guys.
So we wanted to say that you guys tried to conquer you guys tried to conquer the entire continent, country thing of Greece, and Sparta was trying to defend Greece. And there is also a battle that you'll hear about in the PowerPoint, but it was during the Peloponnesian War, and Athens tried to get Sparta out onto the sea, and the Spartan ships were faster than they thought, and then Sparta captured almost all of their fleet. So pretty much after that, they kind of went down in size.
Also, people say Athens was like democratic and smart and had philosophers. Also, Athens killed a lot of their great philosophers.
Yeah, and they say they're nice to their babies. They might have been nice to the babies, but then after that, women were basically slaves, and men who could vote. People who could vote in the democracy, that might have been great. Democracy is great, I agree, but their democracy was corrupt, and places were won with treachery and bribes.
Also, the population that could actually vote in Athens was really small.
Like less than
Because only
around
3 adult males.
white males. They were pretty racist. But I mean, everybody was in Greece, but at that time. But
Also, Sparta had slaves, but so did pretty much
Athens.
everyone back then.
Yeah, everybody had slaves back then.
Time's up. Thank you guys.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Hold on.
What's
What's your question?
I have a question for Athens, but I'm not.
Wait, I wanna file a complaint.
You can tell it to me.
I wanna file a complaint.
What a waste of question.
Whatever. Actually,
When are you guys going to show
Let's talk at the very end, okay?
No, you're asking Athens.
Oh, yeah.
That's nice. I was asking Sparta.
I mean Sparta. I have questions for Sparta.
Oh, you can tell it to me.
Okay. So Athens, whenever you are ready, is everyone else ready to listen? Athens, whenever you're ready, you may begin.
How long is this go for?
2 minutes.
First, I'd like to start by saying that when they said that we killed most of our philosophers, we started philosophers, and it literally means peace lovers. I don't think that we killed most of them. And some other facts that I wanted to say is about their foods. So Athens' food was luxurious and nice foods, and Spartan's broth, it only says about that, consisted of pork, blood, salt, and vinegar. Some other things were that Sparta treated some people as slaves. The Helots, they had to give half of their crops to their Spartan masters, and I don't think that we find that very fair. I'm just trying to find something else I'd like to say. Another thing about Athens, just about it, is it was
Time's
the
up.
capital.
Thank you, Libby. As a reminder to both sides, when the other side is talking, you should not be doing anything, not putting things up, not talking to each other. That's very distracting.
This is the rebuttal.
So this is your rebuttal. You may begin whenever you're ready.
I wanted to say that they think that we treated our Helots like slaves. Well, everybody had slaves, and we treated them like slaves because they kind of were slaves.
Israeli, like Jews
They were
had
like-
slaves.
They were.
Everyone has slaves.
So, also, when they say that we kill our babies, one of your philosophers, I forget who it was, said that death is the greatest gift to man, and so it kind of goes against it. And that fact that our food was horrible is also, I'm going to say that in the army it was probably horrible, and our rich people had probably the same thing that your rich people had, because that's not really true that we only had this food and they had great food, because
Also, in the Peloponnesian Wars, Sparta defeated Athens, but instead of burning the Athenians, mercifully let the Athenians live. Also, all the training that the Spartans had to do, may say it was like tough, but it was basically just to survive.
and also, Athens had really bad sanitation, and so the city smelled bad a lot, so it was hard to enjoy life there, because it's pretty hard to enjoy life if it smells like I don't know what, garbage and stuff that comes out of the chamber pots all day.
Okay, thank you. We will now hear the closing statement from Athens and then the closing statement from
I thought
Sparta.
there was the second rebuttal.
We only need one rebuttal.
Okay. Come on. Let me just find what I'm doing. One second.
Please remember both sides, Athens and Sparta. Make sure to direct your comments to the judges. They are the ones deciding your fate.
Your fate? That's a little extreme.
Yeah.
Your debate fate.
I went like this.
Okay. Is everyone ready to listen to Athens?
Yep.
Okay, so Athens was known for its large contributions to Western civilization, and unlike Sparta, Athens was not a city-state for war, and it was one that valued philosophy, equality, and the arts.
Athens had very good education. The primary purpose of Athenian education was to produce thinkers, people well trained in arts and scientists, people prepared for peace or war. Young Athenian boys were tutored at home until the age of 6 or 7, and they were sent to neighborhood schools for primary education until they were 14 years of age.
These schools were usually private schools, but tuition costs were low enough that even the most poor Athenians could afford to send their boys to school for at least a few years. During primary school, younger boys learned how to play ball games, while older boys were taught more military-type activities such as running, boxing, and wrestling. And all Athenian boys were expected to read heavily because literature played a very important part in their education. And the national epic poems Homer's Iliad. Anyway,
the boys were also taught how to play the lyre, sing, and do arithmetic. The emphasis of Athenian education was to prepare well-rounded citizens capable of performing whatever task was asked of them.
Athenians created philosophers, which literally means lovers of wisdom.
Thank you.
How long does it, Mr. Esse, how do you turn on this report?
The power button on the very left, press it once, and give it a second to warm up. Do you want the lights off?
Sure. Let me go get them, Gabe.
Thank you, Razel. Thank you, Athens.
Thank you.
Does this count as our time?
No, it does not. This is why I build in time for you to get ready.
Can we make our revealing of the
Okay.
points very dramatic?
Who do you
And do we get to add them up? Do we get to add them up?
Okay. Judges, ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay, whenever you're ready, you may begin.
So this is the training, or this is pretty much training from 7 to 30 almost. So they have train and they learn to work together, and they might not have democracy, but they did vote for some things. And so these are some pictures of, and then girls actually had a better education here than they did in Sparta. Here they learned.
You mean in Athens?
In Athens, sorry. Girls didn't really learn anything. And I also want to say that in Athens.
You mean in Athens interior?
Yeah. In Athens, the boys they said that they weren't a war state, and they tried to conquer Greece. And I also want to say that you just read that off the internet, but that if they are prepared for peace and war, that doesn't mean that they're just a peace state. And they kill most of their philosophers. But I'm gonna keep going with PowerPoint. The Spartan this Athens tried to trap Sparta and trying to get Sparta to attack them. The main fleet hidden. It would have worked, but Sparta's ships were really fast and they got ahead of them, found the main fleet, and then captured 170 of the Athenian ships. The Sparta in the Persian War, they actually were pretty brave and fought 3 of them.
Okay, thank you guys.
I thought you said it wasn't. And then this is a bunch of